When you walk into a grocery store today, you see abundance. Thousands of products, bright lights, full shelves. It feels safe. It feels permanent. But here is the terrifying truth most people don't realize. That grocery store is not a warehouse. It is a sales floor. Modern supermarkets operate on a just-in-time delivery system. To save money, they only keep about 3 days' worth of food on hand. The real warehouse isn't in the back of the store. It's on a truck, currently moving down the highway. If those trucks stop, whether due to a cyber attack, a fuel crisis, or a natural disaster, the clock starts ticking. In 24 hours, the bread and milk are gone. In 48 hours, fresh produce rots. And in 72 hours, the shelves are bare. Panic sets in. Today, I'm going to reveal the 7 items that will vanish first when the supply chain breaks. But I'm not just going to scare you. For every item, I'm going to show you the old-world solution, the forgotten skill you need to replace it so you never have to depend on the system again. The first thing to disappear is fresh meat. Why? Because it relies on an unbroken chain of electricity and refrigeration. If the grid flickers, millions of pounds of meat spoil in hours. Most people rely 100% on their freezer. That is a mistake. Our ancestors didn't have freezers. They knew the secret of pemmican. It was the ultimate survival food of Native Americans and pioneers, a dense mixture of dried meat and fat that requires no refrigeration and lasts for decades. In my library, I keep a book called The Lost Survival Foods. It teaches you exactly how to make pemmican, smoke meat, and cure fish. So when everyone else is staring at an empty meat counter, you have 10 years of protein sitting on your shelf. Item number 2 scares me the most. It's not food, it's medicine. Did you know that over 90% of the core ingredients for our antibiotics and painkillers are manufactured overseas? The medical supply chain is the most fragile one we have. When a crisis hits, the pharmacy is the first place people run to. Painkillers and antibiotics will vanish in an afternoon. And unlike food, you can't just wait it out. This is why I stopped relying solely on the drugstore. I started planting a medicinal garden. Using a specific set of seeds, like wild lettuce for pain and yarrow for infections, you can grow a pharmacy in your own backyard. These plants don't care about supply chains. They just grow. By the way, I realized that finding all this information, the pemmican recipes, the medicinal seeds, the old-world hacks, is difficult. You have to scour dozens of old books to find the truth. So, I've made it easy for you. I've compiled the ultimate survival library that includes the Lost Survival Foods Guide, the Medicinal Garden Kit, and the Home Doctor Manual. I put one link in the description below this video. Click that link to see exactly what is inside these resources. It's the only way to make sure your family is covered for food, medicine, and energy all at once. Go check it out, but come right back because item number 3 is something you probably eat every single day. Item number 3 is bread. Commercial bread lasts about 5 days before it molds. And yeast, it disappears from shelves the moment panic starts. We saw this in 2020. If you don't know how to make hardtack, the legendary survival bread that soldiers ate during the Civil War, you are going to be hungry. Hardtack isn't soft, but it keeps you alive, and it lasts for virtually forever. This is another recipe you'll find in the guide. Number 4 is canned goods. Now, you might think, I'll just buy a lot of canned soup. Here is the problem. Everyone thinks that. The canned food aisle is the first target for the mob. It will be stripped bare in hours. A true producer doesn't buy cans, he fills them. Home canning is the #1 skill for food independence. When you can preserve your own harvest in mason jars, you bypass the supermarket entirely. Finally, item number 5, water. Water is heavy. Trucks can't carry enough of it to supply a panic-stricken city. The shelves will empty immediately. Instead of fighting for a plastic bottle, look at your roof. A typical roof sheds thousands of gallons of water during a rainstorm. In the Independent Backyard Guide, there are blueprints for a simple rainwater collection system. It's free, it's high volume, and it falls from the sky. Why rely on a bottle when you can have a tank? Here's the bottom line. The supermarket is a convenience, not a guarantee. It's a fragile system designed for profit, not for your survival. When the supply chain breaks, there will be two types of people: consumers and producers. Consumers will be standing in line, waiting for help that isn't coming. Producers will be at home, opening a jar of their own meat and using their own medicine. Don't wait until the shelves are empty. The time to prepare is right now. I've linked the full survival library in the description below this video. It contains the lost survival foods, the medicinal Darden kit, and the home doctor manual. Everything you need to opt out of the system. Click the link, secure your copy, because it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.